What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to an episode of Backyard Banter. I'm here with Tanner, James, and I'm Johnny. We're finally all back together. Feels like it's been a minute since we've all recorded together. Me and James are actually in the same apartment right now as we both started our summer jobs. Tanner's still back uh, living on campus at school. How you guys doing? It feels like it's been forever.
Man, I'm
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 great.
great. Yeah, no complaints on my end. So
Summer weather's starting to get nice. Just kind of hanging out, working, and just enjoying the summer. So I miss you guys, but
Sure,
it's all right.
thanks, T.
me
I miss
back,
you too.
me back.
Uh, so, a lot has happened since the last time we all chatted. We have the NBA Finals set in stone. Tanner, your beloved Pacers got swept, and the Mavericks took care of the Timberwolves in five. So, yeah, what are you guys' just reactions to those games? I guess we can start. Let's start with last night. Let's start with the Mavs Timberwolves. What are you guys' reaction to that? Are you surprised that the Mavs are won? Are you surprised that they won in such a dominating fashion? Just what were the kind of takeaways from that?
I'm not surprised at all, honestly. The thing I'm surprised about, actually, with the Mavs and T-Wolves is the fact that it was over in five. I
Yeah.
thought that series was for sure going to go 6 or 7, regardless who won. I'm not necessarily surprised the Mavs did it. I think when you have Luca and Kyrie on the same team, that is pretty hard to beat. I don't care who you are, and then you add in that their role players are humming right now. Like PJ Washington's playing really well, Derek Jones Jr. is playing really well. So they're just getting good contributions from everybody outside of Kyrie and Luca, and then we already know what those two can do. I think in our playoff prediction video, I had the Mavs going to the Western Conference Finals, so like I'm not surprised at all that they made it to the finals. But yeah, I'm excited. This is great storylines everywhere. You've got Kyrie going back to Boston. You've got PJ Washington ending up on a championship contender. Kristaps is on the Mavs. Now he's on the Celtics. I can't wait. This finals is going to be very exciting. Two great teams. And shout out to the Mavs, man. They got it done.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I've explained this concern is we had yet to really see Luka and Kyrie play well together. And what do you know? I mean, they both had 36. Like it's just unreal what they were able to do together, and that's why I mean we'll get into it. But they're the team that I'm excited. Obviously, them and Denver were two teams that I thought could very easily beat Boston, and so I'm happy we got this series. The Timberwolves, they're going to be good. They're going to figure things out. Anthony Edwards is still so young, but this ability that Luka and Kyrie had to play well together, and then when Kyrie didn't play well, they had role players like PJ Washington go out there and drop 20. So like the Mavs were very impressive. And then in terms of Boston just they were just clearly the better team. The Pacers, I didn't care who won that series out of the Pacers or the Knicks. Both of them, they had no chance against Boston. I was kind of surprised they got swept, but without Tyrese for the last two, obviously, that's a huge loss. But I mean, we talked about the Purdue UConn. Like this is what the country wanted. I think the country got a good NBA Finals. I think it's going to be a good series, and we'll see. We'll see how it shakes up.
Yeah, we need to think about where the Mavericks were a year ago. They missed the plan last year. They didn't just miss the playoffs, they missed the plan. And everyone was crucifying them, saying that, oh, Luke and Kyrie duo can't work. And then they re signed Kyrie because they had to. They gave a first round pick for him. And then you go and you draft Derek Lively. How good was that draft pick, right? He averaged, what, 5 points a game at Duke?
Yeah.
Take him in the end of the lottery, middle of the first round, right? Even to go back 2 years ago, Jalen Hardy in the second round. How he's a contributor in a playoff rotation, and then you go into the season, you're like, a lot of this isn't working. What do we need to do? Boom, let's go get Daniel Gafford. Boom, let's go get PJ Washington. Like those are huge moves, and then taking a flyer on Derek Jones Jr. Huge moves that Dallas made to get to this point. And quite honestly, they've strolled through the playoffs. Like yes, they went to six against the Clippers and the Thunder, but like they were up a majority of those series. Like they were never like down 3-2, for example, having to win multiple elimination games. Neither of these teams faced elimination to this point. It's kind of surprising in a best of seven playoff teams when, especially in the Western Conference when it was so deep. And for the Celtics, it was crazy because the Pacers could have been up 3-1 in this series. A lot of missed opportunity, a lot of the team showing their youth, I think. Game one was one of the worst playoff chokes that I've seen in quite a while. It's a team being young, right? Whether it was Halliburton dribbling the ball off his foot, not taking a timeout to advance the ball, and then obviously game three, probably should have won that one too. You got a career T.J. McConnell, Andrew Nembhard game, and then game four, it is what it is. But I do agree with you, James. I do think that this is going to be a great finals. I'm interested to see how healthy Kristaps is. They got an extra 10 days for him going to the finals, so he got to fully heal what the doctor says the 3 to 4 weeks it takes to heal up from a calf strain. But yeah, very excited for this. The NBA playoff takes forever, so I'm just happy that we're at the finals. We're gonna get good basketball.
Yeah, it's crazy
Yeah,
how long these playoff series take. I mean, it's been such a long just playoff road. Like, you play 82 games, then you go play a month and a half more of basketball, and it's crazy.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 2 points. I kind of want to piggyback off Johnny there, how the Mavs have drafted. People forget the Mavs drafted Jalen Brunson in the second round. So that just goes to show you how well they have drafted in years prior. So I thought that was a very good point. And I just kind of would like to closing thoughts here on the Pacers. Definitely, bittersweet, I would say, right? Because I feel like they should still be playing. They should have won game 1. They should have won game 3. You can make an argument they should have won game 4, right? So, game 6 would be tonight. I feel like they should be playing still. So that's frustrating. But very, very optimistic about their future. A year ago today, they were one of the 5 worst teams in the league. And now they just made the Final Four of the NBA. They were just in the conference finals. You can talk about Bucks being hurt, Knicks being hurt. I don't like to hear that noise. I'm just glad they made it that far. They took care of business. I'm really excited for this offseason. I'm hoping they re-sign Pascal. I would assume they would. And I'm praying for OG Anunoby. Give me OG Anunoby. Stick him in that starting 5. And that would be... I would be overly excited if that happened. Not saying it's going to, but that's just my personal...
If the Pacers sign OG Anunoby, the Knicks need to, I don't even know, sell their franchise. They gave up so much to get him. And then if you're the Pacers, you better re-sign Pascal. I think they have all intention of going to. They can offer him more money than everyone else can. They own their bird rights and whatnot. I just hope they don't turn into the 2021 Hawks, right? That made the Eastern Conference Finals and then were terrible after that. And now they have to maybe look like I'm trading their 2 stars. So, yeah, we'll see what they end up doing with that. But, I mean, if you're the Pacers, it's only good vibes. You can say what you want. You can only beat who you play. If the other people got hurt, it's their fault. It's the same thing with Boston. Boston didn't go out and, hurt these people. They played who they played.
Yeah.
So...
You can't knock them. I mean, the Pacers were a good team throughout the whole season, and I mean, you can't knock them for beating a Boston team that was hurt, or obviously the Knicks. And the Knicks is whatever. I think them beating Boston, sure. If you were a Bucks fan, you want to give a Pacers fan crap for that, that's fine. But the Knicks, they had plenty of opportunities, and it just obviously went the Pacers' way. But now we have a finals, and I'm super excited. This is the best time of basketball. Obviously, all playoff series are amazing. You get to really see the true level of skill these guys have. Because for me, the NBA has always been pretty boring to watch in the regular season because the lack of defense, I know they care, but it doesn't always look like it. But you get into the playoffs, man, these guys are giving it all they got every night, and it's pretty incredible to watch how gifted they are. I mean, they're the best players in the world, so it's great to watch.
Well, we can move on to baseball. We won't do our NBA Finals predictions yet because the Finals isn't for another week, 6 days now. I feel bad for the networks, feel bad for fans, but they had to schedule it like that just in case the series went to 7, But we will move to baseball. Unfortunately, no hockey talk. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with the NHL playoff. Florida Panthers are up 3-2. Dallas and Edmonton play tonight. I always like playoff hockey, big playoff hockey guy here. But both of our MLB teams, Game 5 is tonight for Edmonton and Dallas. That series is tied up 2. Been very, very entertaining. Yeah, both series have been really entertaining.
I need the Stars.
Yeah, you want
No,
both Dallas teams in the finals?
I just
no.
need the Stars. I just need
I
the
would
Stars.
like. I wonder why. I would like McDavid to get one, personally.
McDavid needs one. I totally agree. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Well, there you go. Look at that hockey talk. I also picked Edmonton when we did our one hockey segment back in October to
There we
win the
go.
Stanley Cup. So, um, yeah, we'll move to baseball. Both of our teams have the same record. Actually, by the time of this recording, they probably still will have the same record because the Cubs are going to lose and the Rays play Baltimore, so they're probably going to lose also. Both of our teams are a game under 500. Both of them have been one of the worst. I wouldn't say bullpens. The Cubs have been the worst bullpen in baseball since however long. The Rays have actually had a better bullpen, but the Rays can't hit. The Rays lost. The Rays won 11 to 15, then lost 6 straight, and then won 3 of 4. The most confusing team in baseball. The Cubs have the same record as the White Sox since like what was it, like May 2nd or something. They're both 9 and 16 since a certain date. So both of our teams are in shambles. Tanner, I see that you're just in complete disgust right now. Instead of being negative, let's be positive. What is the one thing the Cubs, that in your opinion, that is a feasible thing for them to do? What is one thing the Cubs need to do to go back to playing winning baseball?
Well, there's a lot of things. The first thing is they gotta start scoring some runs. They're hitting under 200 in the month of May. That is, I mean, I think I could go up to the plate and probably hit around that
Chill,
number.
chill,
Um,
chill. No,
Probably
you
not, but
cannot.
I mean, there's a
No.
chance I could. Um, it's been awful. They can't score. They can't score runs. And I've already gone off on the bullpen plenty of times. I'm exhausted when it comes to going off on the bullpen, so I'm just gonna not even mention that today. The offense has been anemic. Um, the Cubs, I've said this for about a week, they are unwatchable right now. I can't even get myself to turn on the game. You can call me a fake fan, I don't care. But when you leave a 9 inning baseball game just so pissed off and frustrated every single day, they become unwatchable. And right now they are unwatchable, and that's just where I'm at. I hate to be that negative, but that's at the point it's gotten to. It's gotten to the point where honestly I don't even know if I feel like checking the scores every day. Like I just need a break from it as a fan. But
I try to be
looking up,
positive, and Tanner
Yeah.
goes and talks about how
Oh,
everything
you-
sucks and the Cubs suck.
there's nothing to be positive about right now.
I love that.
I can talk about the Cubs in a more positive light because if you would have told me that the one thing that the Cubs were going to struggle with this year was scoring runs, I would have laughed at you. I would have said, no, this lineup's going to produce a ton of power. It's going to have a lot of runs. Granted, has it been the healthiest lineup? No. But is that the reason that we're scoring like 2 runs a game? Sometimes we don't even score. So, like, here's my thing, okay? The starting pitching has been better than anybody could ask for. Absolutely. I mean, Ben Brown goes out there and throws 7 innings, no hit baseball, unreal pitching. Shota obviously has been unreal. Justin Steele hasn't even been good, but he's still Justin Steele, so you know what you're going to get out of him. Javier Assad has been unreal. Jamison Tyon's been very good as well. So when you look at the starting pitching, you're like, okay, great. And I'm not even gonna make fun of the bullpen because if you're a member of the bullpen and you're getting consistently drawn out to the game where it's 0-0, 2-2, 2-1, like whatever, you're gonna give up runs. So why can't this Cubs lineup just go out and score 5 runs? Like, I don't think it's that hard. Like, we just need to score. Like right now, we are losing 4-3. We just brought in Neris into the 9th inning. So why does it matter? Like, sure, Neris might go give up a run. He hasn't yet, apparently, on my phone. But, like, we're not scoring, and so I'm not going to make fun of the bullpen because we're not – in baseball, you need to score runs, and we're just not doing that. So it's like in football when you're making fun of a defense, but, like, your offense isn't scoring enough anyway. So the bats need to get hot. I mean, Ian Happ is making a turn now. He hit a home run today. He's been playing good baseball. But you just need your guys to step up. Dansby Swanson, that deal, and Tanner might disagree with me, that deal's looking awful. It looks like we overpaid for a decent glove at shortstop. He has been awful. He has been terrible. So that has to change because you don't pay a guy that much money to absolutely suck. And so Dansby Swanson needs to be better. That's I'll leave it at that. Dansby sucks right now. He needs to fix.
He was
He
good
needs to fix.
last year.
I'd
He
rather
was
have
okay.
Javier Baez or Tim Anderson right now.
No,
Wow. Tim
Javi,
Anderson is a wild take.
Javi Baez is crazier.
Did you see Tim Anderson had
That's how
like three
bad he
straight
is.
errors the other day?
Yeah, I did see that,
But
but I also saw Javi Baez swing at a ball that was 15 feet out of the strike zone. So
I've watched. I tell you what, this will be my final point. I've watched 3 innings of Cubs baseball in the last week because, like I said, they are unwatchable. I flipped on the game the other night because Ben Brown had a no hitter, and of course they took him out of the game when I flipped it on. But it's the 9th inning. It's 1-0. Heart attack Hector comes up to the mound. Hector Neris. And the Brewers had 1 hit the whole game at this point. And I think he gave up a walk. It was like a 4-pitch walk. Heart attack Hector just lets him have a free base. And balks. All right? It's a 1-0 game. With 2 outs, he balks. Brewers have a man on second. Next pitch, base hit, tie game. Thank God the Cubs scored 5 runs in the 10th. But
we sure
that
did.
9th inning just sums up what the Chicago Cubs are right now. So that's why they're unwatchable.
See, Tanner, you got to lock in, bro, because I'm just as much of a Cubs fan as you are. You know more about our single A team than most people do in general, but you got to watch the Cubs, man. Like they're not that unwatchable. I mean, you got to lock in on your team. Like
It's because I get so pissed off and it ruins my day.
That's fair. That's fair.
And honestly, part of it is the Pacers were kind of rolling there, and I was locked in on them. So, like, I wasn't necessarily paying attention to the Cubs that much. And then when I do start paying attention, it is absolutely unwatchable.
So you're the reason. I got a
I'm
notification.
hoping it changes up.
Heart attack Hector gave up another run in the 9th inning.
There you go. This is live. This is
coming to you
Heart Attack.
live.
Coming to you live. Here's one more thing. My concern with you, Tanner, is you come into you turn the Cubs game on and they give up the hit for the no. Like maybe you're the issue. Like, are we
I'm
ever?
not the
Well, he
issue.
doesn't watch them when they
I'm
lose,
not
too.
watching, and
Are
they're
we
still
gonna think?
losing.
Are we gonna think about blaming you? I mean, I'm not gonna say it. I'm just saying, are we gonna think about it? But I mean, hey, I don't know.
Sorry, I'll bring happy vibes to this podcast.
So,
Even though I went to go look at the Cubs stats because they come to the Trop soon, and Cody Bellinger is their top hitter and he's hitting in 260. It's not good enough. It's not going to get the job done. Speaking of not good enough, Tampa Bay Rays suck. Tanner, what did I tell you the last time we filmed? That they were in, God, where did they end their road trip? They were in Toronto, and they took 2 for 3 from Toronto. And I said they have a 10-game homestand coming up. They played Boston, Kansas City, and the A's. They need to have a good homestand. You know what they did? They lost the first 5 games of the homestand. And then should have lost the 6th one. Brandon Lau came up after Michael Wacha threw a perfect game for 6 innings. Brandon Lau came up and ripped an RBI triple because Brandon Lau is that guy. Michael Wacha threw a perfect game for 6, not a no-hitter, a perfect game for 6 innings. They won that game. And I love listening to Sports Talk Radio in Tampa. Everyone's like, man, we're so back. This is the jolt this team needed. You know what they did? They got no hit by the Athletics for 6 innings. And then lost. And then the next game, they won because Jose Siri turned into prime Babe Ruth after hitting a $130. And then the next game, they score, Jose Siri hits another home run, and they're up 3-0. And they proceed to not get a hit from the 2nd inning to the 9th inning. And then Jose Siri again gives up. Mason Miller throws his first ever home run to Jose Siri in the bottom of the 9th inning and blows like his first save of the season. So that's how the Rays have gone the past 13 days. They have won 3 of 4. And if you'd have told me that Randy would be hitting a $170, Yandy Diaz would be hitting 240, and Zach Eflin, and who else misses time? Their whole the entire starting pitching is hurt. If you told me that Zach Eflin, Taj Bradley, and whatever, half the rotation is hurt, would be missing time, and they're only a game under 500, I would have told you that you're crazy. So I'll be a little bit more pessimistic. The Rays, there's this site, I follow a few guys on Twitter, and they put like like the Rays aren't playing well, but they should be much worse. And their like expected record with how the games are going should be like 20-32. So I'm very happy that the Rays are only a game under right now. They play the Orioles 7 out of their next 9 games. I think you guys do that with the Reds too right now before you come to the Trop. So big stretch here. They're already 10 games back in the AL East. That's how good the top two teams in the AL East are. We're just past Memorial Day and they're 10 back. And look, the Rays were on the other side of this last year, right? They were around 10 up. They were 8 up at this time, last year when they had that historic start. But yeah, the bullpen's been a lot better. The starting pitching, thank God they sent Tyler Alexander down. Tyler Alexander took a perfect game until the 7th inning against Toronto and then forgot how to pitch. But yeah, that's my Rays rant. It could be worse. That's what I'm saying. The Cubs suck. The Rays suck. The Cardinals are doing good.
I was nervous about him. I was literally I was at my grandparents' house and they're Cardinals fans when they lost. I think they got walked off by the Brewers, and I said Goldie got his first hit in like 42 at bats, and I said this is the turning point in the Cardinals season. And I didn't think it was going to be because of that necessarily. I was just kind of just giving him hope, and sure enough, here come the St. Louis Cardinals. So I'm telling you, I told Tanner preseason, I said this Cardinals team, man, like they could make a run. But here's the thing: at the end of the day, this Milwaukee Brewers team needs to calm down. They need to calm down because they aren't this good. There is no way they're this good.
Looks like their manager was holding them back, and now he's holding the Cubs back. Council is holding them back. I have one more point to say on the Rays real quick. Part of the reason why the Rays have been so like bad and their offense has been so anemic is their catching position. Alex Jackson is like 2 for 60 since coming up, and that's not an exaggeration. Him and Ben Rortvedt in the month of May are a combined like 4 of 76 from the plate. I heard that stat today and I was like, that's insane. Like you can't get an infield hit, you can't leg one out. Ugh.
Don't
It's
worry,
just short.
our catcher, our backup catcher, Jan Gomes, he's 54 years old and he's hitting a buck 18. So I think the catching.
Alex Jackson is hitting .54. I don't. No hate though, but anyway, some positive news, at least depending how you think about it. The Bears got hard knocks. I already asked James this question, Tanner, so I'll go to you first. What are your thoughts on the Bears getting hard knocks? Do you like it? I knew you would hate it.
I don't really like it because to me that just tells me the Bears have been very bad recently.
That's true.
So that just kind of pops up in my head. But I'm going to think positive here because I got to think positive about some of my teams. Hard Knocks is just going to be the first few chapters of the Super Bowl movie.
Oh my goodness.
That's all it's going to be.
You know, a Hard Knocks team hasn't made the playoffs in like 15 years.
That's going to change.
Is that
That's
a
going
fact?
to change.
Well, who was on it? No, the Jets were on it last year. Yeah, it's like the Hard Knocks curse.
Oh,
That's going to change. I actually wanted to bring up the Bears today. I saw a little clip yesterday of Caleb Williams throwing a nice little dart right into the breadbasket of Roma Dunze, who beat, by the way, probably the best rookie corner in the NFL last year. So that got me going a little bit. So I'm pretty excited.
Was that after Caleb Williams threw 12 interceptions in his first 2 days of minicamp?
I don't know where people are hearing that.
No, okay, here's the thing. I was listening to a podcast. I think it was Bears Talk, literally a few days ago, and Caleb Williams has definitely, apparently, I'm not there. He's looked shaky, but I look at this as a plus for the defense because this defense this year, I am super excited to watch.
I love that. That's such a great way to look at it.
Okay, because this is a defense, and I'm not trying to be too much of a homer here, but this is a defense that I'm so excited to watch because I think they're just going to fly around the field. Like they are going to be an incredible defense to watch. So maybe and hopefully that Caleb is struggling because he has to go up against such an amazing defense and a secondary who's been playing who's on the up. Like for sure, the secondary is on the up. And so, man, I hope so because if I have to watch Caleb Williams go out there and throw for 3,000 yards and 14 picks, I might cry. And I will also probably become a Colts fan. But I have to go to the I got to go to the AFC. Tanner, you have to understand this. Okay.
I
Anyway,
don't. That's,
I,
that's not good times over there. Never has been.
well, I don't care because you know what? I cannot deal with the sadness and whatever. But anyway, I don't think we're gonna have to worry about that. I think Caleb Williams, the fact that Roma Dunze is going to be your third option most likely in any scenario is an amazing scenario. So I'm super happy, super excited. I think I say this every year. I've never been more excited for a Bear season, and Hard Knocks is going to get me fired up for this one. So let's go.
Hard Knocks just is awesome in general. I'm a big
It
fan
is.
of Hard Knocks. I used to watch it with my dad all the time when I was a kid. Great memories with
I
Hard Knocks.
I got a quick hypothetical here. I kind of just thought of it on the fly with James talking about potentially being a Colts fan. If you had to pick one other NFL team to like become a fan of, who would it be and why?
It's a great question.
Mm.
Let me think.
That's tough.
So like the easy answer for me is like the Dolphins, very similar than the AFC. They have, Tua's fun, that team is fun. But this is a weird. I've always kind of liked the Giants. I don't know why. I've always kind of liked the Giants. I really liked when Odell was there, obviously when I was little. And I remember one of the first Super Bowls I remember, like vividly, like watching the whole thing, was when they beat the Patriots the second time. And I think it was 2012. 2013 was the year the Super Bowl was played with the 2012 season, James. And I remember everyone was picking the Patriots, and I picked the Giants, and I looked like a genius when they won. So, with all that being said, that's a really good question, Tanner. Um,
Dude, come be a Bears fan, Johnny. It's okay.
Bro, I would rather. I don't even know.
It's not fun over here.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even think I have a good answer. I guess I would say Giants, but I don't want to say Giants because they're like a big market team.
No, that's a fair take. I mean, you're fine
I
because
like that.
you're in a small market, so you're allowed to go to a big market.
Or I'd say like the
I think.
Cardinals or something.
I mean,
Something like
mathematically.
yeah.
So,
What about you, James?
I'm gonna change my take from the Colts because I was just gonna pick Colts based off of geography and whatnot. Because you could say I could be a Chiefs fan just because I'm somewhat close, but I absolutely hate the Kansas City Chiefs, so I won't be a Chiefs fan. So I've always been a fan of Josh Allen, and so I'm gonna be a new member of the Buffalo Bills Mafia. I mean, Bills
Fun. I
Mafia, baby.
like
Let's
that.
go.
What about you two?
I would 100% become a Pittsburgh Steelers fan because Justin Fields needs to get his.
That's awesome.
I think he's gonna play. He's gonna play a lot this year.
Yeah,
I
maybe as a freaking punt returner.
no, I'm
That's
serious,
gonna
man.
be-
I'm so serious. Like he's gonna play a lot of quarterback this year for the Steelers because why would the Steelers not play Justin Fields if Russell Wilson goes out in the first 3 weeks and doesn't play well? They're paying him the league minimum. Go see if Justin Fields has a future. Like
Actually,
go
they're
see.
paying him the fourth year of his rookie salary, right? See, I could be mistaken.
Well, I'm saying
Broncos are
Russell
paying it.
Wilson. I'm saying the
Oh,
Russell Wilson.
oh, Russell Wilson.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is that Justin Fields clearly had the talent out of college, and it might have been like a situation, a bad situation in Chicago. So if you're the Steelers, if Russell Wilson goes out and goes 3-0, great. You found your quarterback for the season. But if he goes out there and doesn't play well, Justin Fields, step on in. Like let's see what you can do here in Pittsburgh under a hopeful better situation as quarterback. So for Tanner's sake, I think Justin Fields is going to see some big tick out in Pittsburgh, and I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
I
another
can't wait to
team.
watch the Steelers. Can't wait.
Yeah, another team I want to say real quick, an AFC team. I'd also go to Denver and be a Broncos fan, simply because I remember when I was a kid watching the 4:25, yes, Eastern time games with Denver and Peyton Manning, and before that Tim Tebow. I remember exactly where I was when Tim Tebow threw the touchdown pass to beat the Steelers in overtime.
Yeah.
So if I had to pick an AFC one, I'd pick the Broncos. I can't wait to start talking football. A little too early to get into the predictions, but as the summer goes on, we will have college football predictions. You guys see the college football video game? They had
Yeah.
another release for that, some gameplay. Looks very very cool. So we'll get into college football, even though college athletics as a whole is going down the drain, and NFL. So we'll get into those predictions. Probably July. I think we did it last year, July-ish. But yeah, our next episode will have a full NBA Finals prediction. Um, Hopefully the Cubs and Rays are above 500. Very unlikely, but one can dream. But one thing I do know, it was good to be back on here with you guys, even though I've been with James the past 24 hours. But it was good to be back on here with you guys, back as a group, back as a team.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was excellent to be back on. I
Ooh,
wish we
excellent.
could be doing it in person, but this is gonna have to do for now.
Tanner, you
This,
know where we are. Come on.
this is a turnaround time for the Chicago Cubs. I'm just gonna put it in the air. I mean, it's got to be. It can't be worse. So
They gotta
come
play
on.
baseball like the freaking Pistol Shrimp. Pistol Shrimp are 3-0, playing good
Yeah.
ball over there in the Prospect League.
I
Yeah.
bet the
But
Pistol Shrimp could hang with the Cubs right now.
oh, like the Pistol Shrimp the other day walked their first 6 batters and still found a way to win. So they
Yeah.
got some grit.
Brutal.
But if
As
you
we're
guys made
talking,
it
the
through the
Cubs
whole
got it cooking in
episode,
bottom 9.
leave a
So
like,
Do they?
subscribe.
we should flip it on.
The Pistol Shrimp?
Sorry, I interrupted.
Whatever, as I was saying. If you guys watch the whole thing, leave a like, subscribe, send it to someone, leave a comment. Comments will be turned on in this video, right, Tanner?
I think I know how to do it. I don't.
No, I know what you
Whatever.
did. I do it every time I upload. You
Yeah.
you you click. It's kid friendly. We're not kid friendly apparently.
Okay, we're not. Okay.
Apparently, I don't know.
Interesting. All right. Again, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
See ya.